All right, guys, what's up? It's Brevin from MobileSyrup, and I've got about 10 minutes before I reach my destination, so let's go through these Porsche impressions really quick because I am in the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, which is the top of the line version, and it is sick, and I wish I could just drive it, but I'm in traffic, so let's just talk about it instead. All right, guys, so the first thing I want to talk about is the interior, which is luxury. I mean, as soon as you get in, it screams luxury. The seats back up so you can get in, and then they move back forward to get you in the perfect driving position, ready for takeoff as soon as you get in the car, and the leather is beautiful. This red is a little much, but it's pretty nice. It's very soft. There's space, there's lights all over it. The wheel feels great, I will say that. The wheel does feel really great in terms of both size and the sort of leather material on it. There's a little clock so you can count down how many 2.6 seconds it takes you to get to 100 and all of that good stuff. But in terms of the screens, there's one in the back for climate control, so people in the back can control their own climate, turn on their heated seats. There's one in front of the passenger display that's a little extra, although you can show off some cool things on it, so you know it's there if you want it, I guess. It's an add-on. You'd have to pay to add it, and to be honest, I wouldn't, but whatever, it's there. If you got the money, go off. I'm not gonna stop you. The main screen, the main display, I've got CarPlay up on it now. There's no Android Auto actually, although that's likely coming in 2022 since it's coming to the 2022 911 confirmed. Switch my exit, but too fast, you can't stop me. But yeah, the screen's fine. Like, it's got all the buttons you need. You can go in there, you can adjust like the height of the car, the color of the lighting in the interior. You want sport shocks, regular shocks. You want the sports sound on, you want recuperation on, all that stuff. Super, super great. Very straightforward and pretty easy to use. I've got no real complaints there. I mean, it could be a little better, but I mean, at this point, all car infotainments could be a little better. And Porsche's CEO the other day even said that he knew it could be a little better, so I'm not gonna like dive too deep into that. It's fine, it'll get the job done. It's no iPhone quality, but you know, it's software and it can get better over time, hopefully. The display behind the steering wheel, the instrument cluster is really great. You can customize it quite heavily, including the heads-up display, which is available on some models as well as an add-on. Generally, I keep the power meter in the middle, which is basically like a speedometer telling you how fast you're going and how much regen you're getting on braking, which is the part that I like about it. On the left, I've got some of the Porsche InnoDrive, which is their sort of safety, semi-self-driving, lane guidance, adaptive cruise control, all those settings are there. So I like to have that handy as well. And then on the right, I've just got what media I'm playing because usually the main display is maps because I'm not very good at directions. Either way, all good, looks great. It's fairly easy to use and the screen really is really high quality, very punchy contrast. So in all brightnesses, it's really great. There is a smaller screen, or a bigger screen, a different oriented screen in the middle where you do climate control. That's fine, whatever, the climate control is okay. The volume buttons are on there, but it's more like a press situation, followed by like you're pressing up, pressing down. You can hold it. It's not great, but it's whatever. I mean, there's a little knob on the steering wheel that's definitely a lot better, but for the most part, it's a little annoying, and I wish Porsche just put in a real knob. Not as obnoxiously large of a knob like Ford did in the Mustang, but still a knob nonetheless would be really helpful just to crank the volume because sometimes you just want to roll it, you know? But yeah, I think leaving you with an impression of the inside, very luxury, very nice, very comfy, and very sporty. Like I get in here and I just want to drive. I don't care how far or how long, I just want to drive because it feels so good to me. Moving around to the outside before we get into our driving impressions, I will say it's beautiful. I love this car. I'd marry it. It's so sexy. the sort of rear end, it's got that squat, sporty, like looks like it's just on its haunches, ready to take off, and it does take off. We'll get there. The front, it's got this weird swooping shape. It's very sporty. It feels very cool. When I had the black version, it actually kind of reminded me of like a vintage Batmobile, which felt really cool, especially with this red interior, because that one had it too. But yeah, it's a four-door car. It's very big. You you really know it's big when you try to park it, especially parallel parking or backing in somewhere. It feels large. There is a pretty good backup camera, 360 camera system, and a camera in the front. So, you know, I haven't had any issues or come close because of how aware the car makes you feel of everything around you, but it is big. That said, once you're driving it, it doesn't feel big. It feels very sporty, like a small car, because it's so fast. And once you're in this front seat with the small windows, you're nice and low. It feels great. You're like looking up over the hood. Yeah, it just looks great. The rear taillight especially is so gorgeous. The lines of the car just look awesome. The aerodynamics of it, even the colors. I will say that the ice blue color, or one of the more flashier, bright colors, might be a little more fun. When I had that version, I found people were just like getting out of my way on the highway. I was like, I'm driving, and people are just parting the waters in front of me. With the black version and the gray version, which are a little more stealthy, people weren't really doing that as much. So, you know, you get what you get. But if you're gonna drop this much money and you want some people to notice you, you want some flash, get a bright blue one. That'll make people love it. Oh, also on the outside, I guess I'll mention the front trunk, which is there, and it's cool to use because as an EV owner, you feel like a cool person with a front trunk because no one else does, and that's something. But in terms of space, it's not much. I mean, you can put a little bit of luggage in there, maybe something small, but it's not the world's biggest front trunk by any means. It's no Ford Lightning. Whoop. All right, in terms of driving impressions, it is fantastic. That instant torque and acceleration that people talk so much about in electric cars, it's here and it's better than ever. I mean, 0 to 100 in the Turbo S version, which is what this one is, but 0 to 100 in 2.6 seconds. I think you're around 3 to 4 seconds in the other models, which is still feels blistering fast once you're in there. But this car is fantastic, and it just throws you back in the seat. You can't fight the G-force. It is an immovable object, and it's just flies. Like, you will hit the gas and you'll be at like 120 before you even have time to look down at the speedometer. It is incredible. I don't know, I don't want to keep going on and on and on about how fast and fun it is, but it really is. Butterflies in your stomach every time. If you want a car that is super, super, super fast, this is it. And electric, I guess this is it. I mean, the Tesla Model S Plaid is available too, but it doesn't have the looks that this guy has. I mean, the Taycan is just a much more beautiful car. Also, though, in the driving experience, I want to mention the brakes. The calipers are huge. They're like dinosaur jaws, like clamping down on the brake pads and rotors or whatever. But like, they just stop you on a dime. I feel like when I'm driving, I have so much more control. Like, do I want to slow down? Yeah, got it. Do I want to speed up? Yeah, I got it. This car like responds to what I want it to do instantly, whether it be speed up or slow down. And to be honest, I think you need both to make a really good driving experience after driving this Taycan for so long. Like, it wouldn't be what it is without the peace of mind knowing that, like, if I want to stop, I'll stop, and these brakes have got me, because I don't know what else there is to say about it other than they are fantastic. But it's not all roses, I guess. You know, the driving experience is all roses, but the car ownership experience isn't. I mean, fast charging and charging in general is still pretty meh, you know? Could be better, could be worse. Like, I'm actually driving like really far away from my house to charge right now because I need a fast charge, but there are slow chargers everywhere. But unless you worked near where you would charge there, it's not really worth plugging in because you're only gonna get like an extra hour worth of driving out of, you know, a charge. You need to have 50 kilowatts or more to really get a substantial amount of charging. I think this bad boy can do up to 250 kilowatts in, and I'm going to a 350 kilowatt charger, which at this point in the range will probably take around 45 minutes to top up, which is just like not great. I mean, I chose this one in particular because it's at a mall, so at least I can like walk around and look at mall stuff for 45 minutes, although I wish I would have brought the drone to test. But I've got this mall to go to, as opposed to like the Canadian Tire that I've been going to, where I just like, you can only walk around a Canadian Tire so many times before you're just done. You're just tired. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, charging could be better, and it probably will get better as more fast charging stations become a thing and more people get electric cars. But realistically, from what I've gained from like writing about electric cars all the time, is most people charge at home, and that does seem to be the best way to do it. So we're at the charger now, and I guess I'll just leave you with some final thoughts. Let me pull up. Oh, that's that beep I was telling you about when you want to park it. It's like, yeah, I'm good, but it wants me to be better. All right, let's get it in here. Ugh. All right, so this is it. This is the charging station, Toronto Premium Outlets. This one here is 350 watts, but there's only one 350 watt station. The other one over here is 150 and then 50, and these are both different charging port selection sizes. Although you can see, I don't know if you can see actually with those reflections, but this is glitching out. And that you get here, and a lot of the times it's glitching out like that. Let's just see if they're all working. That one's working, okay. And that one appears to be working as well, but we need to go back to that guy and really see what we can do. That guy's sick. Not even fully electric. All right, I'm here, let's do the conclusion. Basically, the inside, very luxurious, very comfortable. It feels like a smaller car than it is. On the outside, you can see it. It is a beautiful looking car. I love it. Look at those giant calipers in the front. It's so sexy. And then to drive it, it is 0 to 100, 2.5 seconds. It's gone. It's a bolt from hell. It's a lightning bolt. Ford stole the name. This car is a dream. I love it. If I had $250,000, I would buy it. If you have $250,000, please send it to me at the Brad Fad online so I can buy it. Thank you very much. And yeah, make sure to follow me and follow MobileSyrup at MobileSyrup for all kinds of crazy tech content and just fun news and stuff that you might need in the future. But yeah, if you have any questions about this, reach out to me and let me know. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned in the future for hopefully more cool content. Thanks. Bye.